Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. If you're new to my channel, thank you for flipping on this channel. Do me a favor, it will take you 2 seconds. Actually 1 second. Hit the subscribe button down below, and right next to it is a bell notification, because when I upload videos like this, you'll be first to be notified. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you very much. I always appreciate a growing audience. As well, if you find this helpful, please share with a friend and hit my like page. I always appreciate a growing audience. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. In this short video, I'm going to answer a question in regards to improve the function of your thyroid gland. I work with a lot of patients. I do a lot of online consulting as well. And the main question that I'm always come up against is, how do I improve the function of my thyroid? And I don't have an autoimmune disease. So I'm just going to, in the short video, I'm going to explain just simple ways why your thyroid may not be working well, and also two things to do to boost it naturally. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. So it starts off at the brain. We have a master gland called the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus sends a hormonal signal down to the anterior pituitary gland, okay, thyroid releasing hormone. It sends the signal down to the anterior pituitary gland to stimulate the thyroid stimulating hormone, which is released down to the thyroid gland, which is a butterfly-shaped gland in the base of your neck, to release thyroid hormone. Now, it releases T4, which is inactive. 93% of thyroid hormone that's released from the thyroid gland. T4, okay, 4 molecules of iodine, and 7% is active T3, 3 molecules of iodine. Why does it do that? Well, just in case if there's something wrong with a loop, you're still producing some thyroid hormone in the active form, not fully, okay? So where does it go? It goes in the bloodstream under a transport protein, and it goes to what's called conversion. It gets converted, T4 gets converted to T3, 60% of it where? Through the liver pathway. 20% of it through the gut pathway. And the other 20% of it through, again, gets converted from inactive T4 to the active form of T3 in the target tissue. Okay, so this is the basic like pathway of how the thyroid hormone is released to its active form. Now, how it works on a negative feedback loop. I always say it's kind of like a teeter-totter. So if the body feels that it has enough circulating thyroid hormone, it tells the brain, hey, shut down, okay? Quiet, I have enough. The negative feedback loop says, hey, I need more, then it's going to release the thyroid stimulating hormone. So when it comes to blood labs, it may seem a little backwards. So if you have high TSH, okay, if you have high TSH, that means that you actually are hypothyroid, because, yeah, your body's releasing, but nothing's being utilized. Okay, so if you have hyperthyroid, then these numbers are lower because the body thinks that it has enough. Again, it has enough, but it's just not being utilized. Okay, so what's going on? So where's the mix-up? What's wrong? Well, what happens is that what I focus on a lot on maybe the conversion. Maybe your body's not converting the inactive T4 to T3. How can that be? Well, you may have a deficiency in selenium, because we need selenium for the thyroid to work. Iodine. Now, iodine is key, except if you have Hashimoto's. Okay, if you have an autoimmune disease, you don't want to take any more iodine because you're just fueling the fire. You may have deficiency in vitamin D3, vitamin A, zinc. Zinc is, again, very important, as well as selenium, for thyroid production. You may be deficient in vitamin B2, 6, 12. You may be low in iron. Okay, so you may be low in these essential vitamins and minerals, so you're not converting the inactive T4 to T3. Okay, does that make sense? So this is one thing that I'm always looking at. Or you may have your gallbladder removed. Did you have your gallbladder removed? Yes or no? Okay, you did. Now remember, 60% of that conversion is through the liver pathway. So we need bile. Okay, we need the function of the bile to help with the breakdown and utilization and also production of T4 to T3. So if you don't have a gallbladder, if your gallbladder is removed, then you need bile salts to make it work. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so let's flip it over then. What about the production of T4? So maybe you're not producing from the gate enough T4 to be converted to T3. Now, why can that happen? Well, cortisol. Too much stress will lower the production of your thyroid gland. Okay? Also, too, medication. Estrogen. Again, birth control pills, or maybe the estrogen-based foods, wheat, gluten, dairy, soy. Too much estrogen shuts down the production of your thyroid gland. This is why typically females who are on birth control pills have weight gain. Insulin. Again, too much insulin is going to shut down the function of the thyroid. Now, if you have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease, kind of like interchangeable word there, okay, you have too much circulating insulin, it's going to shut down the function of your thyroid. Also, too, carbohydrates. If you're taking in too many carbohydrates, your pancreas is releasing too much, again, the insulin to shut down, and it shuts down the thyroid gland. So again, where is the problem? Is it the production of T4, or is it the conversion from T4 to T3? Also, to other things that will hinder it. Antacids, high blood pressure medication, statin drugs. Statin drugs, we need cholesterol. Antibiotics, sugar, soy. Soy, because soy is an estrogen mimicker. Dairy. If you're post 1990, all the cows, everything's the dairy farmers, they're jacking all their animals with hormones. Okay, so this is also going to be a reason why your thyroid is not working as well. Autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's. Now again, Hashimoto's, stay away from iron. You don't need any more. Okay, I'm sorry, stay away from iodine. Sorry, iodine. You don't need any more. That's just putting gasoline on the fire. With Hashimoto's, what I'm looking for is, again, vitamin D and selenium, because my experience, about 80% of hypothyroid patients have an underlying autoimmune disease. So I always want to check for those antibodies. So I hope this is useful. Again, what's wrong? The conversion? Are you not converting enough T4 to T3? Or is it from the get-go where your body's not producing enough T4? Okay? So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment. If you have any questions, I love to read questions and I do answer them. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.